I missed the initial event when it happened last month, but John Mellencamp recently came out and semi-addressed the incident. He's doing the show in Toledo, solo acoustic set. Apparently, that's all he's doing anymore, at least right now. And he's telling a story between songs. I'm going to play this clip. This is from TikTok user Papa Shoe. This is from that Toledo show. Here we go.
Well, I shouldn't have said that, because here came that little arthritic finger right in my face, and she went, "It's just like you, buddy, to be a smart aleck when I'm talking to Jesus."
Okay, so we have no context to the story at this point. And we never get it either. So.
Real quiet.
Okay, heckler just said play some music. Audience upset, booing.
What do you think I've been doing?
Mellencamp starts cussing him out. Do this if you're listening to audio. Can't really hear what's going on.
Now, here's the thing, man. You don't know me. You don't know me. Hey, Joe, find this guy and let me see him after the show.
Okay, get a little threat in there. Find this guy, let me see him after the show.
Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted,
It's going to get back to the story. Somebody just yelled authority song.
guys, I can stop this show right now and just go home.
Grandma was waving her arthritic finger.
They're begging him not to stop the show.
Tell you what I'm going to do. Since you've been so wonderful, I'm going to cut about 10 songs out of the show. Here we go.
Okay, he says he's going to cut 10 songs out of the show because they're so rude. He's interjecting Diane.
Show's over.
You know what? Show's over, walks off stage. If you're just listening to this, if you can't hear the audio, that's why I'm narrating here. And he's gone, and that's the clip. All right, so this part isn't being reported everywhere, but he did come back after about 5 to 10 minutes and finish the show. And he may have intended to do that when he walked off. It looks to me like, from his facial expressions and delivery, again, if you're listening to this on audio and not seeing the actual clip, that when he started playing Jack and Diane, he intended to stop and walk off. Not that he started playing and then decided, no, I'm not doing this, and then walked off. And I could be wrong, but regardless, he has a little bit of a history of hitting back at fans, hecklers in the audience, and also getting mad and walking out of situations he's not happy with. Now, I like Mellencamp's music. I've never taken the plunge into his catalog, but his hits are some of the few songs from the 80s that I even listen to. He reminds me a lot of John Fogerty, my favorite artist of all time, and I know he and Fogerty have collaborated. So, Mellencamp gave an interview to the Washington Post a couple of weeks ago, and even though he didn't talk about the Toledo dust-up directly, he addressed his expectations of his audience. Here's a quote. I do expect etiquette inside of the theater, the same way you would at a Broadway show. My shows are not really concerts anymore. They're performances. And there's a difference between a performance and a concert. Look, I'm not for everyone anymore. I'm just not. And if you want to come and scream and yell and get drunk, don't come to my show. Okay, so he's only doing this listening room style show now. And I've done those, and from an artist perspective, they're the best. It's just you, your guitar, and the audience. The people that come to those shows are often music people, and they're there to hear the songs as songs, not as ditties that they can dance to, sing to, and get drunk to. And Mellencamp's got a fair point here about practicing decorum, not just in concerts, at performances, but I would say public in general, or just in your life in general. But I look at this as both an artist and a music fan, and I was the latter long before I was the former. We don't have the context of the story, again, and we don't know what he was saying. I don't. I guess people there at the concert knew, but there's been conflicting reports over what he was actually talking about. Some people are saying he was talking politics. It was a political story, and if it was something political, I think anybody going to a Mellencamp show would already know Mellencamp's views and that he's vocal about them. So if it was something political, I would expect the audience to be prepared for that they might get that at the concert. If they disagree with his political views, that they might get upset with it. But we don't know. I don't know what it was. We do get him talking about, it sounds like an elderly woman scolding him for being a smart aleck while she was quote-unquote talking to Jesus. So maybe this was a story that came off as blasphemous or religiously offensive to somebody, which is understandable. Regardless, if I'm in the audience at a show and the performer says something so offensive or affronting to me that I feel compelled to act, I just leave. I get up and leave. Because shouting at the performer is going to accomplish nothing positive. You're never going to have the performer respond back, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and then surely start the next song." It's just not going to happen. So the only thing that this accomplished was giving Mellencamp meat for his next Washington Post interview and content for guys like me on the internet. But as an artist, I would never do that to my audience. And I played shows where the crowd was less than friendly. Obviously, I'm not in Mellencamp's stratosphere, and realistically, never will be. But these people paid good money to hear the show. And based on the audio, the bulk of them were on Mellencamp's side. So even if he's mad at a couple of the people that were negatively vocal, the hecklers in the group, that's no reason to punish the rest of the audience. Also, while I understand the distinction he's trying to make between concert and performance, that the former is full band, arena, and the latter is quite intimate, they're really the same thing. A concert is a musical performance, and a musical performance is a concert. And Mellencamp just comes off as a snob when he says that to me. So, what do y'all think? If you're watching, listening to this on a platform that allows for comments, let us know if you think Mellencamp was justified or just a jerk. Hope you enjoyed that clip. If you did, consider supporting us on Patreon for the full episode. Subscribe to YouTube if you hadn't already, and we'll see you soon.
Can't have no words like that. Well,